Okay, everybody shut up. I just discovered something incredibly funny. Um so there's this guy named Tim Pool, okay? There's this guy named Tim Pool, and he has a show where he talks to people, and mostly conservatives. And I did want to go over like a Tim Pool live show recently where he talked with Lauren Witzke, who is a noted like fascist. But I just realized that his current live show, his current live program, has Joey Manorino on. Now, if you guys don't know offhand who Joey Manorino is, I don't blame you. He's basically a Twitter nobody. However, the reason I know who Joey Manorino is because he became prolific for tweeting incessantly about tranny semen. Like over and over again, to the extent that he has his own Know Your Meme page about how often he says it. Tranny semen is a transphobic catchphrase repeatedly used by Twitter user Joey Manorino in early 2023 to describe Bud Light beer. And he did it for like months, dude. He did it for like months. Yeah, it was then used ironically by those that disagreed with Manorino, surfacing en masse after a tweet of his that proclaimed Chick-fil-A would start putting tranny semen in the frosted lemonade. So that's how I know him, and it could just be very funny to see him on Tim Pool, because I don't know that he has anything else to contribute to discourse other than talking about trans people's semen. This guy is absolutely like the archetypical like dude who is conservative and like publicly hates trans people but slides into our DMs. Okay, he's just that guy, you know? Oh boy. Doing better, decided to go COVID booster and flu shot at the same time yesterday. Advised not to do that. Oof. Best of luck, Jennifer Holly. This guy is obsessed. Yeah, if he's saying it that often, he might just be down bad, dude. He's down bad. Although the aforementioned tweet only gained 400 likes, it had 4 million views. Oh no. And then a trans person was like, that's ridiculous. It would take like 50 trannies just to fill one of those cans. Which is very funny. Anyway, let's just pop in real quick. See how
the
U.S.
doesn't want that either, because they'd have to stop laundering money through.
It's not going to launder itself. That's so true.
Everybody's making a killing on this one.
I think this is Joey Manorino.
Would be Russia wins and we don't have to deal
Russia
with it.
did win.
Because if Ukraine rebuilds, guess who's rebuilding?
Yeah.
Everybody in here's tax dollars.
Just
Russia won.
Yeah. You're right.
It's fascinating if you look at the start of the war and the
Jesus Christ, we're like 3 seconds in, and already they're like, yeah, you know who has to rebuild? You know who would have to rebuild Ukraine? Your tax dollars. It's like, yeah, bitch. Have you ever heard of the Marshall Plan? The United States helped rebuild like all of Europe after World War II. And you know what happened? We became a global superpower because they were buying American shit, dude. Somebody booked Joey Manorino? Yeah, you'll never guess who.
The territory gained by Russia. And the argument I get from more establishment conservative types is, no, Russia wanted the whole country.
Yeah, sure.
It's like, no, they wanted the land bridge to Crimea. Like, that's what we've been saying nonstop. Now they have it, and now nothing's changed.
Yeah.
There's no advancing. It's just locked, and Russia got what they wanted.
Yeah. And we'll never know when it really ends because the money laundering would stop.
Russia absolutely didn't get what they really wanted. Like, Putin has repeatedly said they want all of Ukraine. They've been saying what they want nonstop. And if you look at their terms for ending the conflict, it is not, oh, we'll just keep what we have and we can have peace. No, it is, we want all of Ukraine. Yeah, we'll accept your total and complete surrender. That's the only circumstance under which this conflict ends. This is incredible how, like, anytime I tune into a Tim Pool show, it's like 3 seconds and somebody's saying something absolutely dipshit.
So this will go on into the next. I mean,
well, I think it'll likely end because Israel's firing up.
True, that's a good point. They got to figure out just how to launder it right through there, and we'll be good. Yeah. Yep. Once they get the bank.
Yes, because that is how international diplomacy works. Yeah, you know, nation states famous for only operating on one axis at a time. Definitely, you know, one of the largest and most effective bureaucracies in the world definitely can't do two things at once. No, sir.
Bank accounts all set up.
I don't think we should be sending any more money to Ukraine when we have people right here in the United States.
Also, I'm not familiar who this is. Laverne Spicer. This. Oh, she's running for Congress in Florida's 24th district. Oh, she wants to be in the United States Congress. And she's in Florida, so she's basically going to be the craziest motherfucker in the room. Here is her campaign ad, I guess.
We have a president that is currently in office that apparently does not care at all about this country.
You know, I would not be trying to take the high ground on caring about our country if I was Laverne Spicer, when clearly she's saying this statement in front of a flag that she hasn't even ironed the wrinkles out of. It's literally still, you can literally still see the folds from when they bought it at the store. Was this recorded in a bathroom ass audio? Yeah, like you didn't even have like $500 for like a Shure microphone. Like, come on now, come on. I make petties. You could get better microphones. Laverne's run a few times. Well, I could see why she's needed to run multiple times without any victory to support her.
He is sending billions and billions of dollars.
Wrinkled flag. Maybe she's a leftist plant. True, y'all motherfuckers need to iron your flags.
To the Ukraine to take care of their country. And nothing.
Yeah, honestly, Paladin Lost, I'm not fully convinced this isn't a tablecloth behind her. They might have thought, oh, we couldn't possibly get an actual full-sized background flag. That would be too expensive for our budget. You know, we can't even hang it straight, for God's sake. No, I think they're actually using a tablecloth, chat. I think they're using a fucking tablecloth. This is insane, actually. I know, like, I'm being super nitpicky right here, but this is just genuinely very funny.
Thing for the American people that have worked all of their life, paying taxes. Many of them are homeless right now, staying in the streets. I operate a food bank here in South Florida, and I am Laverne Spicer, and I have seen firsthand the effects of his policies that are taking place and how they are affecting everyday working people. And I am so sick and tired of this woke culture. I'm sick of these open borders. I'm sick of them putting drag queens in our school system in different places where they don't belong.
You know, if I was going to be petty, and I am going to be petty, I would say I think Laverne Spicer would have benefited from more drag queens being available in her school system when she was growing up, because then she might actually have like decent makeup skills. You know, she could have learned a thing or two. Just saying, okay? Just saying.
And God knows I'm sick of seeing these men that are supposed to be a woman that are on these magazine covers and competing in women's sports. This should not be allowed in this country. And
I guarantee you, if I look at this lady's Twitter feed, she's going to be complaining about how men, like biological men, have advantages in women's beauty pageants. I guarantee you she's the kind of person who will say all of this and then be like, and biological men are too pretty to be competing alongside biological women in beauty pageants. I guarantee you that is on her Twitter feed, okay?
That is why I'm running for Congress here in the United States. I am a conservative candidate. I'm running in District 22.
Yeah, by the way, that's a really good point, Heather, in YouTube chat. Like, if she doesn't want to look at drag queens, you don't have to look at drag queens. You know, if you don't want to like read the new Vanity Fair with Dylan Mulvaney on the cover or something, like you don't gotta read that. But like what she's objecting to is like just knowing. She's upset that she knows that these people exist. You know, it's really so sad. Like transphobia literally breaks these people's brains.
Against Lois Frankel. She is part of the establishment, and the establishment is dumping tons and tons of money into her campaign. That is a...
I know that you're very jealous because I can clearly see that the establishment GOP is not dumping tons and tons of money into your campaign. It's painfully obvious. But also, like, I don't know, like, you don't even need tons of money. You just need like one person on your staff who can actually put together like a basic one layer set for you and like do some lighting and I don't know, like there's just so much wrong going on here.
A D+6 district. It is a swing district. It is a winnable district.
Oh, wait. What is this? This is a memorandum from 2012. Arthur Spicer Jr., Spicer, and Versi Miller, former employees of the Miami-Dade County Clerk of the Courts Clerk's Office, pled guilty this week to multiple counts of official misconduct, as well as one count each of organized scheme to defraud. Spicer and Miller were arrested last August following an investigation by the Miami-Dade Office of the Inspector General. What were they doing? Spicer was a courtroom clerk 1 assigned to the Marriage License Bureau and working at the North Dade Justice Center District Court Office. Miller, also assigned to the Marriage License Bureau, was a court records specialist 2 working at the Hialeah District Court Office. Spicer, a 21-year employee, and Miller, an 8-year employee, were terminated from the clerk's office during the course of the investigation. As part of their duties, Spicer and Miller possessed marriage license requests, issued marriage licenses, and performed marriage ceremonies, and maintained marriage license records. The OIG investigation revealed that they falsified and altered official marriage license records, circumvented state of Florida statutory waiting period requirements, and pocketed fees from couples they overcharged and fees that were due to the clerk's office. Okay, like this is just like straight up like they were like you know, taking a cut of like the marriage license fees. That is insane, dude. That's so blatant. Oh, no. To be fair to her, GamerG, I don't know that she has a criminal record, but her husband does, and it's specifically defrauding taxpayers.
And that's why I'm here. I'm asking you for your support. I am going to go door to door and talk to people because I'm not afraid of people, and I am a fighter. And I will fight hard for this country.
Okay, also, rule number 1, if you're going to be doing, like, an announcement video like this, you don't, like, weave from side to side throughout the video, forcing the camera to move behind you. Okay, did you guys pick that up? Like, she's over here.
And I am a fighter. And I will fight hard
she's over here
for this country, because we need people in Congress that are American first and that actually happen to care.
Oh my God, they didn't even keep the flag in the background. You could see it pinned to the wall in the corner.
About what's taking place currently in this country. I'm asking you to support me.
Oh wait, I didn't even notice that there was a second page here. It gets funnier. Read the last paragraph on the first page. Both Spicer and Miller were sentenced to 5 years of probation. Among the special conditions of their probation, Spicer and Miller were required to pay restitution to the couples and to the clerk's office, perform 100 hours of community service, pay the costs of the investigation to the OIG, and are prohibited from obtaining public employment during the term of their probation. Oh, fuck. Wait. Oh, here we go. So this is... No, this isn't the same one. Yeah. Florida law requires the residents to pay to apply for a marriage license for when the clerk's office collects an application fee. Residents are also required to wait 3 days for the license to be effective, unless the couple presents proof of a 4-hour premarital preparation course by an approved provider. Couples who present proof of a completed premarital course are given a $32.50 discount off the marriage license application fee. The OIG investigation found that Spicer submitted 17 and Miller 27 altered certificates. They literally altered they altered certificates for like $300 total. Are you kidding me, dude? It's oh my God, dude. It's so petty. It's so petty. Additionally, Spicer and Miller falsified the payment records, making it appear they had applied the $32.50 discount, while in actuality they collected and pocketed those funds. Spicer and Miller also overcharged some of the applicant couples. The OIG found that many couples were unaware of the exact fees, as they were unaware of the requirements. Spicer stole over $800 and Miller over $1,300 in surcharges to couples and fees due to the clerk's office. So in total, like, her husband enacted a scheme that destroyed like a 21-year public service record for $1,200. Oh no, dude. You know, I don't think they're sending their best.
Support my campaign and make a donation to the campaign. It does not matter how much, because every dollar...
Wait, her bio has the wrong district? She doesn't even say she's running in the right... Oh my God, she's running in the 22nd district. Oh my God. Oh my God, her bio says the 24th. This one says the 22nd. Oh my God. She doesn't even have someone, like, proofreading her comms. Oh no. Honey. Honey, no. What are you doing?
Count. And I cannot do this without your support. I am here for you. I support you. I support this country. And we need people that are not afraid to stand up and fight and make a change take place to all this stupidity that's going on right now. So I am Laverne Spicer. Follow my page, make a contribution, and help me win this race.
You know, she didn't even have somebody to, like, put inspiring music in the background. You can like buy, like, you can, like, license a track, or use a license-free track that adds, like, dramatic music to the background. Like, you could spice this up, pun intended. Oh, okay. Let's see what she tweeted out on October 7th. Seems like she's a bit drunk. I mean, at this point, like, the presentation was so wild, I can't rule that out. Oh god, I'm gonna be scrolling forever. Forgot October 7th was an insane amount of time ago in politics. Nine, 8th, and October 7th. Okay. I stand with Israel all day. In the past 6 hours, I've seen more war footage out of Israel than in the entirety of the war in Ukraine. Why is that? Well, Joey Manorino, it might be because you're a dipshit. He's a social media strategist? Yeah, he had a brilliant plan to just talk about semen nonstop. It took him to the top of Twitter. Let me get this right. Joe Biden botched Afghanistan so the Taliban could take over, and he gave them the weapons to do it with. Then Joe Biden goaded Putin into making a move on Ukraine, and now Israel's under attack. You know, honestly, when did Russia invade Afghanistan? When did this happen? Happened in 1979? You know, Joe Biden's been a senator in Delaware since 1972. Okay, so technically, he did probably vote to authorize giving arms to the Mujahideen. So very technically, and I think that this is completely an accident. Laverne Spicer is correct. Oh god. What? So Biden then Joe Biden goaded Putin into making a move on Ukraine. Yeah, Joe Biden was behind that. That one is just incorrect. And now Israel's under attack just 19 days after Joe Biden gave Iran $6 billion. That was Iran's money. Also, do you think that Iran spent $6 billion in 19 days? That'd be an impressive feat. Maybe it's just me, but none of this is coincidence. None of this is accidental. All of this is because Joe Biden is in the White House. How are we not impeaching him? By the way, just as a quick aside, a lot of Republicans, as we know, in the United States are evangelicals. But you could also just say, none of this is a coincidence. None of this is accidental. It's all because of God preordained and reigns in heaven over all of us, twisting our fates. How are we not overthrowing him? You know, like this is like, honestly, like 1 or 2 steps removed from like an endgame JRPG speech. We need to find the footage of Biden praising them. True. Okay. That was fun. That was fun. Now it's time to get back to this insanity.
That are suffering and cannot afford to pay their rent and are staying and sleeping in the streets.
Amen.
Yep. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. I don't know who this beardy boy is.
For some reason, you get Mitch McConnell. What did he say? The biggest priority was funding for Ukraine?
Funding Ukraine. He should go over there. He can have his little strokes in the next to Zelensky.
Wow.
Him and Lindsey Graham, deploy them first. I mean, that's...
He can go over there and have his little strokes to the neck of Zelensky? What does that mean?
His little strokes in the neck to Zelensky.
Wow.
Him and Lindsey Graham, deploy them first. I mean, that's the craziest thing. At least Nikki Haley's husband is actively deployed right now. He's in Africa. But, you know, she, therefore, is willing to send her own husband to war. It's a bold choice, in my opinion. But, you know, all of the politicians who call for funding for war want to send your children and your siblings and your cousins. They don't want to go themselves, and they don't want anyone they actually know or are related to go.
I think Lindsay just likes the war stuff because it makes him look more masculine, and we all know what's going on there.
I think these people are just funded by massive multinational corporations in the military-industrial complex, and so they're going to go on TV and warmonger.
100%.
But let's jump to this story from Deadline. Joe Biden talks about watching an AI-generated deepfake of himself. I said, when the hell did I say that? So apparently Biden wants to launch some AI safety regulations and guidelines and things like this. They say President Biden signed an executive order on AI.
Honestly, this is good. Oh yeah, okay. No, they're talking. He was talking about like Biden, like the conservative compilation clips where like Biden like walks up and like sniffs somebody. Okay, that makes more sense, I guess. Like it's obviously unhinged, but I at least see the joke.
Billing the U.S. as out front of other countries when it comes to establishing guardrails around the fast emerging technology. But Biden told those gathered in the East Room that other steps will require congressional action. That will be a much more complicated process, as lawmakers have been in a stalemate for years when it comes to any meaningful action on tech giants. Speaking to reporters after the White House ceremony, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said that all this, that his effort to craft a bill, this is about the hardest thing I've attempted to undertake legislatively because it is so complicated, because A, it's so complicated, B, it affects every aspect of society. Schumer said that he and the rest of the bipartisan group of lawmakers will meet with Biden on Tuesday to talk about the legislation. I think we're in a post-legislation era of this country.
Yep.
I don't think legislation is going to get passed unless it's nonsensical and irrelevant or jammed into an omnibus. And when it comes to major issues like AI, it's just going to happen, and no one's going to do anything about any of it. So you look at where the internet is today, and
Tim Pool making famously accurate predictions, as always. Yeah, no one's gonna do anything about it. Well, I think people might start doing something about it when it becomes like a prolific problem of like deep faking someone and blackmailing them. You know, like I think that there are going to be regulations on the use of AI just because like realistically there have to be with how open source AI software is. Like realistically, it just has to be.
And kids have access to adult content, and nobody cares. In fact, there are libertarians who argue they should. It's the parents' fault. And I'm like, well, I guess it's like saying it's parents' fault if a kid goes to an adult bookstore and the guy lets him in. I think at a certain point, there is a shared responsibility between the people granting the access and the parents who are supposed to be watching their kids. With that being said, AI stuff is just going to keep happening. There's not going to be any regulation.
Tim Pool talking like a man who absolutely under no pretext watches porn on his phone. Uh-huh. We believe you, Tim. Mm-hmm.
And it's going to get wild, and then that's it.
Yeah.
There you go. You'll live in the pod, you'll eat the bugs.
And China's going to control it all.
Yep.
Tell you what, okay, like, real talk. If you don't want your children to even have the possibility of, like, Googling the word boobs, you gotta homeschool them, and you have to have, like, the one family computer that is in, like, the living room. And then you have to, like, never give them a smartphone. Like you have to like shelter your child so much because again, like you can just Google boob and you like see a picture of boobs on the internet. Like it's not hard. But Tim Pool's saying all boobs should be removed from the internet. Like, how are you actually going to make that happen?